a registered sex offender who made a fortune as a hedge fund manager in the 1980s and 90s.
I'm Jeffrey Edward Epstein, and my residence address is 6100 Red Hook Boulevard in Virgin Islands.
But his work managing the money of the very wealthy got him into some very high-profile social circles. He became friendly with former President Bill Clinton and current President Donald Trump. Also, Britain's Prince Andrew. Epstein has 6 residences, including an entire private island in the Caribbean.
Girl, you might want to sit down for this one, because what I'm about to tell you will make your jaw hit the floor. You thought the Epstein case was over. You thought it was just another rich guy with a creepy island and a couple of celebrity scandals? No, bestie, this is something else. Something way darker. Something that involves your favorite billionaires, political leaders, the FBI, and a level of deception that would make a Netflix thriller look like a bedtime story. This isn't just about Epstein anymore. It's about power, manipulation, and the fact that maybe, just maybe, we've all been played.
Officials say Epstein, who was a convicted sex offender, died by suicide in 2019 while awaiting trial in New York. Many in Trump's MAGA base.
Let's rewind. Back in 2016, Trump came in like a wrecking ball. MAGA hats flying, promises booming. He gave us 3 core vows: release the Epstein files, drain the swamp, end the endless wars, and people were hyped. Like, finally, someone's gonna take down the elite, expose the corrupt, and maybe even drop that juicy client list, right? Well, plot twist, none of that happened.
President Trump doesn't understand why so many of his supporters are so focused on the Epstein files. Today, the president defended his attorney general, Pam Bondi, who's facing criticism for saying there's no evidence that Epstein kept a client list.
Trump said, "We're gonna release the list." But guess what? Suddenly, there is no list. He said, "No more wars," and now he's casually talking about attacking Russia. And the swamp? Oh honey, that swamp grew fatter, louder, and more protected than ever before. It's giving gaslight, gatekeep, government girl boss. Here's where it starts getting real messy. Insiders like Dan Bongino and Kash Patel, major names tied to the FBI and DOJ, reportedly considered stepping down because of the way the Epstein case was being handled. Why? Because they didn't want their names associated with what was happening behind the scenes. And when career law enforcers, whose whole job is about law and order, are like, "Nah, I'm out," you know something is very off. That's not a little office drama. That's a red siren.
Breaking news. Sources tell CNN that Deputy FBI Director Dan Bongino has told people that he's considering resigning amid a major clash between the FBI and DOJ over the continued fallout from the release, or lack thereof, of the Jeffrey Epstein memo.
People aren't just resigning. They're distancing themselves, which screams one thing: loss of trust. Let's talk about Pam Bondi. One minute she's on camera saying, "Yes, we have the client list." The next, what list? There is no list. Like, what is this, a magic trick? And remember when they told us Epstein died by suicide? Yeah, the camera just happened to stop working that night. The guards just happened to fall asleep. And the most high-profile prisoner in the country unalived himself? Sweetie, even Scooby-Doo wouldn't buy that plotline. But the real gag? The lie wasn't even for us. It wasn't to convince the public. It was a signal, a big flashy neon sign to the people on that list that said, "Don't worry, we've got you. We will protect you, no matter what." Chills, right? Okay, now let's zoom out. Trump came in hot in 2016, but maybe, just maybe, it was too early. The system wasn't broken enough yet. So what happens next? Biden gets 4 years. The country spirals. People panic. MAGA is desperate to save what's left. And boom, Trump starts making a comeback. But it's different this time. He's quieter, more careful, almost rehearsed. It's giving deja vu. Because guess what? This playbook has been used before in Eastern Europe. The government would install fake anti-establishment leaders who seemed like they were on your side. They'd win your trust, then flip the script overnight. Same tactics, different accents. Flashback to Iraq. Remember weapons of mass destruction? The whole reason we went to war? Yeah, those WMDs, American-made, supplied by us during the Iran-Iraq War. Saddam used them on the Kurds, and when we told him to cut it out, he said, "Push me, and I'll expose where I got them from." And what did we do? We invaded. Not to stop Saddam, not to save lives, but to cover our own tracks. Leading that campaign? Netanyahu. Yes, that Netanyahu, hyping up the WMD story like it was the latest Marvel trailer. And now, same playbook. Different headlines, same manipulation. Let's get real. If the tapes from Epstein's Island actually exist, if there are videos of high-profile people committing horrific acts, why hasn't a single one been leaked? Don't tell me it's a security issue. We live in a world where iCloud hacks and deepfakes go viral in minutes. The fact that nothing has come out, that's not silence, that's protection. People like Candace Owens, Bongino, and others have said it openly. The lie isn't for us, it's for them, the people on the list. It's the government saying, we'll go to the ends of the earth to keep you safe, because if you fall, we fall too. Let's not forget who accidentally blew this whole thing wide open. Donald Trump himself. August 10th, 2019. He retweets a theory that the Clintons had Epstein taken out. Starts using the hashtag #sign Clinton body count. Girl, not the president of the United States feeding conspiracy tea on Twitter like it's Reddit. But here's the kicker. That tweet sparked a movement. MAGA influencers like Lynn Payton and Kash Patel started digging deeper. They believed in the deep state. They believed Epstein had a client list. They believed the rich and powerful were being shielded. And suddenly the conspiracy became a mission. But Trump? After that one tweet in 2019, he went silent. Didn't mention Epstein again. Not once. Until recently when he basically said, this guy was a creep. Let's move on. There's nothing here. Wait, what? You start the fire, then tell us to stop fanning the flames? The math isn't mathing, babe. It's almost like the closer the MAGA crowd got to the truth, the more pressure came down to shut it down. Let's be honest. The reason MAGA won't drop this Epstein thing isn't just because of the files. It's because this case confirms everything they fear. They've always believed in elite protection, in two justice systems, one for them, one for us. And Epstein, he was the perfect villain. Wealthy, connected, gross, protected, and he died in federal custody? Yeah, that just sealed it. So when Trump flipped and tried to silence the story, it felt like a betrayal, because this wasn't just a scandal anymore. It was a symbol. Y'all, this part gets real. This whole situation, the lies, the silence, the political theater, it's not just history unfolding. It's happening to us right now. So the question is, what are we supposed to do? Do we sit back and watch the collapse like it's a reality show? Do we run and hide and hope we're too small to matter? Or do we wake up and realize that the cavalry is not coming? That no politician, no billionaire, no whistleblower is going to save us? Because in the end, it's not about Epstein. It's about the system that protected him. That still protects the people he worked with. That keeps you distracted while the real decisions are made in rooms you'll never see. And if you want to keep diving into this rabbit hole, you know where to find me. Hit that like button, subscribe for more tea that the mainstream can't handle, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Because this case, it ain't cold, it's just been covered up. Catch you in the next one.